Yeah, students, today we will discuss regarding properties of ionic compounds. Due to the transfer of electron, forming bond is ionic bond. Whatever electron transferred during the formation of ionic bond is called electrovalency. Regarding electrovalency, many times repeated in competitive examination questions based on the electrovalency. Suppose you take one example in NaCl, Na provided one electron, chlorine accepted one electron. So in NaCl, sodium electrovalency is 1, chlorine electrovalency also 1. And coming to the CaCl2, calcium providing 2 electrons, each chlorine accepting only 1 electron. So in calcium chloride, calcium electrovalency is 2, chlorine electrovalency is 1. And coming to the another example, if you are taking AlF3, in AlF3 aluminium, in AlF3 Al plus 3 F minus F minus F minus. So in AlF3 aluminium electrovalency is 3, fluorine electrovalency 1. Just now we discussed another examples. NaCl gives Na plus Cl minus. Na here electrovalency sodium also 1, chlorine also 1. And if you are taking MgF2, split the MgF2 into ions, Mg plus 2 and F minus. So here Mg electrovalency is 2, fluorine electrovalency is 1. So this type of questions many times repeated in competitive examination. So coming to the properties of the ionic compound, the first point, the compounds having electrovalent bond means ionic bond are called what? Electrovalent compounds. And second point, so very important point, general point, all the ionic compounds are crystalline compounds. All the ionic compounds are exist in crystalline solids. All the ionic compounds are crystalline network solids. Next, electrovalent compound consists of what? 3-dimensional solid aggregates. Very important point. That is why they are very hard. Next point, in ionic crystal, each ion, in ionic compound, each ion surrounded by its oppositely charged ions. So whatever number of oppositely charged ions surrounded by its oppositely charged ion is called as coordination number. We will discuss regarding coordination number in ionic compounds in another class. Next point, all the ionic compounds have closely packed structure. Hence they have no free movement of ions. Why ionic compound in crystalline state we are not finding free momentum of ions? Because they are very closely packed. And another important point, all the ionic compounds not found in liquid or gaseous state, only at ordinary conditions of temperature and pressure they exist as only solids. Next point, ionic compounds have what? Low volatile nature because strong attraction. Due to low volatile means they have what? High stability. Ionic compounds are more stable. Reason what? Due to strong electrostatic force of attraction. Due to strong electrostatic force of attraction, these ions are very close to each other. Due to the strong attraction, decreasing the volume of the crystal. This is also very important point. Decreasing the volume of the crystal and having high densities. Next point, coming to the melting and boiling points. all the ionic compounds exhibits high melting and boiling point. What could be the reason for the high melting and boiling point? Whatever attractions established between two oppositely charged ions, to overcome those attractions required more energy, hence they exhibit high melting and boiling point. Example, sodium chloride melting point is 803 degrees Celsius, means it is very high. Next, the melting points of ionic solid always sharp and fixed. Next point, ionic compounds are hard in nature. What could be the reason? Due to strong electrostatic force of attraction. Due to strong electrostatic force of attraction, ions are in their perfectly fixed in their position. Next one, coming to the solubility. All the ionic compounds are fairly perfectly soluble in polar solvents like water. All the ionic compounds are soluble in polar solvents perfectly and insoluble in non-polar solvents. Best example, everyone well noted example, sodium chloride is an ionic compound soluble in water because water is a polar solvent, whereas sodium chloride is insoluble in kerosene because kerosene is a non-polar solvent. And analysis, reason for the solubility of ionic compounds in polar solvent. Very, very, very excellent concept. Polar solvents have what? High dielectric constant. Water is a polar solvent, is one of the best solvent, having what? High value of dielectric constant. Now listen carefully. Due to high value of dielectric constant, electrostatic force of attraction between the ions decreases, hence ions get separated. Ultimately they are solvated. So whenever dielectric constant dominates, electrostatic force of attractions established between two ions, then only it is soluble. And non-polar solvents have low value of dielectric constant, hence they are not capable of dissolving electrovalent compounds. So next point, another way regarding solubility based on lattice and solvation energy. The solubility of ionic compounds in a polar solvent can be explained on the basis of what? Lattice energy and solvation energy. Lattice energy related to what? Fixation of the ionic compound. Solvation energy is what? Solubility. The electroionic compounds dissolve in a solvent if the solvation energy is greater than lattice energy. If sodium chloride is soluble in water, means the water solvation energy is greater than the attractions established between Na plus and Cl minus. Like that, listen carefully, electrovalent compound means ionic compound dissolve in a solvent if the value of solvation energy is higher than the lattice energy. When the compound dissolved in a solvent, first it broken down into what? Ions. This is what? Lattice energy. Suppose AB is a ionic compound, energy is required to break A plus and B minus. Now these ions surrounded by water molecule or any solvent, polar solvent molecule, that is called solvation energy, and here energy is liberating, hence the solvation energy is what? Exothermic, and lattice energy here what? Energy required. The value of solvation energy depends on what? Relative size of the ion. Competitive examination purpose, very important. Smaller the ion, more of solvation, hence solvation energy will be high. The non-polar solvent do not form solvated ions, and there is no energy is released, and solubility of electrovalent compounds in non-polar solvent is not possible. This is also another important point. Ionic compounds, very easiest point. Ionic compounds are non-conductors when they are in solid state, because in solid state ions are perfectly packed. There is no free momentum of the ions. But when they are in aqueous state or fused state, free ions are available, and ionic compounds are conduct electricity when they are in fused state or aqueous state or molten state. But they are non-conductor in solid state because closely packed and no free momentum of the ions. This is very important point. Next one, ionic bond is non-rigid and non-directional. Even you studied in lower section covalent bond denoted by dark line, coordinate covalent bond denoted by arrow mark. But there is no direction. Ionic bond is established due to the strong interionic attractions. There is no chance for writing bond. So ionic bond is non-directional bond. Hence they never exhibit isomerism. This concept is important. Next one, there is a very interesting one, competitive examination purpose, very important. Compounds having same electronic structure are called as what? Isomorphous, and this is called isomorphism. NaF, different compounds having similar electronic structure. NaF, Na plus F minus, 10 electrons, 10 electron. MgO, Mg plus 2, O minus 2, 10 electron, 10 electrons. Similarly, you take K2S and CaCl2. K2S, K plus 18 electron, S minus 2 also 18 electrons. CaCl2, Ca plus 2 18 electrons, Cl minus also 18 electrons. Next point, ionic compounds undergo electrolysis in fused state and also aqueous state, and they are called what? Electrolytes. If they are in solid state, they are non-electrolytes. This is another very interesting and important point. Ionic reactions are fast reactions when compared with covalent reactions. Ionic reactions are very fast reaction because just imagine this is cation plus this is anion. Anion and cation between strong interionic attractions there. So this definitely what? Attractions always strong between two oppositely. So hence all the ionic reactions are fast reactions. Ionic compounds undergo chemical reaction quickly in aqueous solution. So that is why ionic reactions we can say fast reaction. See one example I am telling here. Ionic reactions are fast reaction, just like experiment I am telling. You take sodium chloride's aqueous solution, NaCl aqueous, add to the AgNO3 silver nitrate aqueous, gives rise to AgCl precipitate plus NaNO3 aqueous. AgCl precipitate. Regarding this reaction, I am going to tell some information. The reaction is what? NaCl plus AgNO3 gives rise to AgCl precipitate plus NaNO3. Just you take one test tube. In this you take sodium chloride solution, NaCl solution aqueous means Na plus Cl minus, add AgNO3 solution, AgNO3 solution aqueous. When it touches the NaCl, approaches the NaCl, immediately forms white precipitate. Immediately forms white precipitate of AgCl. White precipitate of AgCl. So this is the reaction, is very important one and easy to follow. So everyone understood now? Just you observe one more. You take one test tube. So in this NaCl aqueous solution is there, means Na plus Cl minus, add silver nitrate aqueous solution, Ag plus NO3 minus. When it is approaches NaCl, immediately you will get white colored precipitate. Immediately you will get what? White. I am indicating with green color, right? White color PPT. A white PPT of what? AgCl. I want to explain one more concept here. Very important one. NaCl solution added to AgNO3 aqueous, you got AgCl precipitate plus NaNO3 na. This is aqueous. Split it, Na plus Cl minus plus Ag plus NO3 minus gives rise to AgCl precipitate, like curdy precipitate. AgCl white precipitate and Na plus NO3 minus. I want to explain one topic, that is one concept, that is spectator ions. Spectator ions. In a chemical reaction, both the side common ions are called spectator ions. In this process, in this reaction, when AgNO3 added to NaCl, we got AgCl precipitate, but still Na plus NO3 minus, both the side common only. So in a chemical reaction, both the side common ions are called spectator ions. In a chemical reaction, both the side common ions are called spectator ions. Okay, now both in a chemical, in this reaction, spectator ions are what? Na plus NO3 minus. So in this reaction, spectator ions are what? Na plus NO3 minus. Always keep in your mind, in any chemical reaction, not only in this reaction, in any chemical reaction, both the side common ions are called as spectator ions. In this reaction, spectator ions is what? Na plus NO3 minus. Nothing there. You have one test tube. In that test tube, you take sodium chloride solution, add silver nitrate. When the drops of silver nitrate meets NaCl, immediately you will get curdy precipitate, that is AgCl. And still the whatever solution there, in that solution freely moving Na plus NO3 minus ions there. These two ions are called as spectator ions. Okay, thank you.